Hello, welcome back to BLENDERSUSHI Live Noding. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about how you would kind of transform one mesh into another mesh using transitions that's on the face polygons base. Like imagine if you have an object and then the objects kind of transforming into another objects, but each of the polygon face are transitioning into another phase of the other mesh. So I did this already in one of my blog posts. It's one of the parametric snippets. Let's wait a little bit. I think Chrome is really slow nowadays. Sometimes it's taking a lot of processing power. It's trying to listen to the voice as well. So parametric snippet 2. Yeah, well, like a few years back ago, I made this blog and then and then tried to kind of capture some of the node setup that's done by other Blender artists or Blender developers, and one of them is this kind of effects. Let me quickly find it. So it's a polygon boom. Polygon boom, vector normal, and noise. That's not what we want. This is the this is the one we want. Vector evaluate. So we want to be able to turn this monkey into this sphere, but using this kind of transitions, kind of using polygon boom and stuff. So this is the setup. This is Suzanne monkey, and then this is a sphere, and this guy should be having the same number of vertices and polygon, and then using the vector normal, vector move, and evaluate lines, kind of transforming from one into another. So it's like the node itself is pretty simple, and you can kind of copy this node setup and it will work, but to understand it is another thing. So let's just get started. Let's have the torus. The torus, you can see it has 576 vertices, 576 faces, and all the rest of the number. Let's save this first. So this is like Polygon morphing. It's like a shape keys, except that shape keys is a little bit shape keys is just transforming vertices from one into another, and sometimes you don't get a nice result. But with face, polygon face, you can a little bit more random with the transformations, and then the result looks pretty believable. So 576 faces. I need to make an object with the same number, I think. So create a sphere chalk, and then objects in, get selections. This is a torus. We're gonna use polygon boom, vertices and polygon in, and then if you would draw and look at the result, I will hide the original object, actually just turn it into wire, and we have this. Obviously at this point we can kind of scale the polygon. If I just use matrix in, and currently I think the vector is all at the same positions, I might need to use center polygons. So polygon booms and center, find the center of each polygon, separate it, get the origin there, it's located over there, check the normal, absolute, it's all wrong, maybe the center, get that result, which is not what we want actually. Let's check this out. Polygon boom. Find the vector normal and vector move. So let's try that. Vector move. Vertices, and then the vector is, we get the normal using the center polygons, I believe, because the node has been updated. Vector normal, we don't have vector normal anymore, I don't think. So center polygons look at the polygon of each and then get the normal, find the origin, etc. With these vertices we can hopefully, okay, we can push each and every polygon face through the normal. Okay, that's first. We're gonna save it real quick. You can of course use all kind of multiplier here. If you want, let's say we are looking at the face, not at the vertices. If I do something like bmesh, using viewer bmesh right here, and actually output it from here, hopefully I get the center of each polygon. Okay, now we can see it, set all those points which I want to be as a single object. Now if I have the center of each polygon at the moment, and if I'm thinking, okay, I want to use displacement modifier and then use like a cloud texture. Now I can transfer this cloud texture informations back into SvetchUp easily. I've done this a couple of times. So basically you need 2 of these, and then this should be paused. So get the alpha and then get the alpha here as well. So the original and the pause modifier, and then we measure the distance. 1 and oops, 2. Okay, that's not it. And with the distance we can just plug into the multiplier, and hopefully we have something. Now let me see. If I select the displacement points, I can actually control it, control the strengths and stuff. It's not like updating right away, but I'll try using empty, and then with the displacement, if I use an object, and now okay, I need to have playback running. Now you can see the polygons being pushed by the texture. I have a feeling that maybe this doesn't work 100%. Maybe the distance doesn't take multiple input at the moment. See, the multiplier only saying 1. It's only outputting a single distance. I wonder why. Let's use stethoscope and then check the data. Okay, that's like multiple, but I think from here to here we should be seeing 576. Maybe I need to use a join list, maybe, and wrap it. No, I think, but there must be a way to connect this. Anyhow, let's get back to this normal stuff. We have vector normal and we have the multiplier, and then polygon booms and evaluate line. Okay, evaluate line. Evaluate line actually now become a vector evaluate node. So I need to update this, but this is an old blog post anyway. With vector evaluate, we can have multiple vertices A and multiple vertices B, which is can be from our different object. So we want to transform this torus into something else. Maybe let's use sphere. I don't know if they have the same number as the torus, same number of faces, but we will see. We can adjust that at any point. So actually, polygon boom, vertices and polygons. How many do we have? Don't know yet. And I believe the number of face, it needs to be a polygon. It needs to be a. It cannot be n-gons. It's a four-sided quad. Is better for these effects. Vector evaluate, vector, and then vector move. Okay, vector move. Plug into that guy. So we have the difference of number 576, 552. That's okay. Let's just have a look at the result. So we get that transforming to that, which is pretty magical, and this actually will work mostly. And maybe I don't have, maybe I have a little bit of hole somewhere. I don't know, it looks quite alright. The idea is to transition from that to another while having this multiplier in between. So this multiplier is helping it to transitions. I think I learned this from Liero. I think I credit Liero somewhere here. So if we just, because if we just transforming that guy to that guy, it kind of looks too abrupt. But if we use this move in between, so it's kind of better, because it's kind of like exploding and then it's back as the sphere, and then let's zero out. It's a little bit like origami puzzle, I guess. It's exploding, and yeah, that's pretty much the effects. It's interesting that we don't have the same number, but it's still working. Let's say if you have like only 12 here, what's gonna happen? It's gonna start from, okay, the final result is still looking like the sphere, but I think the rest of the points actually disappear. So if we have like, we start with the torus, and it's transforming into the other. Apparently we don't need the same number, but it still works fine. We can even have like very small number. See? From that, transforming into this guy. Okay, actually the rest of the polygons actually just become a single point. We can't see it, but if we kind of if I'm like using this float input, plug into this, into that, and here we have like the min and max, 0 to 1. Yeah, I think it's almost all right, except that some of them becomes like this weird looking face and it disappears. But if you do it really fast, you can't see that. Anyway, it's better to have the same number. Now I have like 400, and then the transition can be better if we change the multiplier number here. I believe we can also use like a noise. So I multiply this with 5. So now from the original shapes into the other guy, it's kind of, it's looking really complex. So our brain's like, okay, it's doing this super complex things. Don't worry about it. It's gonna reassemble into the next shape. So I guess that's better looking effects. Remember, in this tab we can use sphere chalk. Just scan for all this input, and we can animate it. I can turn off the vertices and turn on that guy. So we can transform any mesh into another mesh. Even the monkey. Just grab the monkey and turn it into a sphere. So we have some problem there. Maybe we have less number on this guy, or maybe we have too many on this guy, and then the monkey doesn't have enough face. So 16 by 16 or less. 8 by 8, 64. I think we've seen a lot of these effects. I think in the movie like Transformers, some of the robots just transfer this kind of fashion, but a little bit more, looks a little bit more complex, but basically similar ideas. Some of the Transformers robots, I think, kind of folding and transforming into another shapes in a more elegant way. It's like origami, but for characters that are not important, faraway characters, they just deassemble and then reassemble that way. Currently we are just using polygon face, but if we maybe extrude a polygon face, or maybe if we have like the Voronoi 3D that's kind of breaking this into multiple pieces, the effects looks much more complete and believable. Currently it's just a piece of cardboard. We can of course randomize the face, I believe. So we're not using this at the top, but I think I'm pretty sure we can use the distance of the texture as well. Here with the polygon boom, we can randomize the order list. So list shuffle, level 1, randomize the seed. So we are randomizing the face of this monkey. Don't know if that's a good idea. Maybe not a good idea. Maybe we should randomize the other one, this guy. But by doing that, we're getting a much more random look. We can actually rotate the face as well instead of just morphing. Let's try this. Not on the monkey, but on the other characters. On the sphere. Polygon boom, and then list shuffle. Yeah, maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe I didn't do it right. Maybe list shuffle level 3 or level 0. Not there. Polygon boom. I'm pretty sure I can shuffle the polygons. Actually, maybe I need to shuffle it here. List shuffle. List shuffle. I'm shuffling the polygon face here. Now the effects. It's more random. See, I'm shuffling. Actually, not much different. Anyhow, we got this thing working and kind of sort of understand what's going on. Vector evaluate, etc. There is actually vector interpolations that you can use. It's kind of similar, but this is more robust. Okay, supposedly instead of vector evaluate, these vector interpolations can do it better. Not simpler, but more sophisticated. Not vertices, you probably need to join. Let's join. So this data and then polygon boom data, plug this guy in, and the output vertices goes in there. Join level, wrap, mix. Yeah, I think it's not working properly as I wanted. It's kind of doing something. So monkey head and then cylinder. So 0 is the Looks like monkey, but not in one. I think the answer is in the list joined and list flip, and also list delete or decompose. No, list flip and list joins. One of these will do the job. But here with the vertices, with list join, you can have like multiple of data, not just two. You can have more. So you can have A morphing into B, morphing into C. Maybe it's so unlimited kind of morphing. Maybe that's more interesting. And then with the interpolation here, with the T, you can have multiple input as well. So it can be really complex. Like if you remember the scenes of the Matrix with Neo, I think it's Neo or the agent is transforming into it's transforming from one character into another, and they have a lot of characters, and that's kind of weird effects you can have if you have like a multiple shape keys, kind of like a multiple shape keys, but all at the same time. And yeah, we might need to use texture for that, but so this is still weird that we cannot use the texture here. Anyway, that's pretty much for this live noding. Basically, this polygon boom, separating all the faces and then put the faces back into the objects. It's kind of like it's a nice cool effects. This is the basics, but if you use like noise for the multiplier, or use like a texture from outside, maybe you'll get a much interesting looking effects. Anyhow, that's pretty much it for this live noding. If you have any input, comment, suggestion, if you find out why this didn't work, just let me know in the comments below.